Old&crackadated here. I'm fixing to unbox a Setpower FC20 portable refrigerator. I at least got the thing cut open before I started this time. Okay, let's see if I can pull this top down and use that to demonstrate it. See which way it, there it is. Now you can open this door in either direction. And of course you can hook it up to 12 volt. That's a cigarette plug. You can use it in the car or plug it into a 120. And they even had a cup holder for your car enclosed. And there's a tie down strap. And that's for a very small cup of coffee, in case you got a pet mouse. I haven't done a whole lot of study on this. I just looked at the book for a few minutes. And of course my voice is fading away on me fast this morning. Yesterday I was talking fine, but every time I plan on making the video, I wake up and my tongue's paralyzed. Works on 12 or 24 volt. External dimensions is 24 by 13 by 10 and a half. Now wait a minute, this is the 20, so it's 24.2 by 13.1 by 13 inches. Holds 21 quarts, weighs 24 pounds. Works on 55 watts. It has 134A refrigerant, so if anything ever goes wrong with it, I've got all the refrigeration stuff I need to do anything with, but I can recharge it right out of a 134A can. And I can't remember what the price of it was. I'll have to put that in later. But I hadn't used it yet. So let me scoot it over. I got some bottles of water here I'm going to put in it after I plug it up. If I never stop having disasters, it seems like I've got a disaster every week that takes up my time. Of course, anybody now that's buying new vehicles understands what problems are, because they're all garbage now. And this only plugs in one direction, but I don't have enough light to see that here. Okay, so let's plug the other end and see if we can get something started here. Oh, I got the plug-in turned around backwards over there. It's already started cooling. Boy, is it quiet. That fan is running, but I can't hear it. Just barely a whisper, so it is quiet. She's 13.1 to 13.2 volts right now. Temperature is 51 degrees in it. I set the temperature at at 39. So it'll be going down. But we'll come back to that later. Give it time, cool it down. Okay, now let me show you the operation of the door. I've already turned it around, but it just comes up this way. And it's grooved to where it'll slide in there. You just turn it around. It slides right in there and you reverse the door. Just that simple. Done. That is a really nice feature. It's already down to 50 degrees in there. It'll take probably 30 minutes to go down. It's roughly been a half an hour or so, and it's already down to 39 degrees, which is where I set it. And I've got 3 bottles of water in there, but I don't know what the temperature on them is yet. Let me see how cool they are. Oh, I thought I'd play a little guitar while I was waiting. They're chilling down. They're nowhere close to 39 degrees, but they're nice and cool. Now down to 38 degrees. And I set it at 39, so I'm hoping that's where it's going to hold at. 37. Yeah, I guess it'll fluctuate 2 or 3 degrees either way. That's the reason I set it at 39, which is, I think, 38 to 42 is milk keeping temperature. That's the reason I picked 39, because that'll hold between 35 and 42 degrees. It's already gone down to 35 degrees. Of course, I don't have but those 3 bottles of water in there, so that may allow it's down to 34. Why? Why 34? It's at 33 degrees. Set it 41 and see what that does. It's usually 13.5 volts. Now if you've got to run on a 12-volt system, it will go into a PR mode, which is preserve resources or preserve power. It's down to 32. Why? Good grief. I don't want it to freeze everything. If I set it at 40, I expect it to fluctuate maybe 5 degrees in either direction. And not just keep on going down. Of course, I don't have much in there, and I guess that's the problem. I don't have much in there. This other bottle of water in there. Well, I should tell a little story. Playing's getting a little bit better. Well, anyway, I'll tell this story real quick. I had always wanted to make a super strong pickup. So I got some a hand crank telephone, took the magnets out of it, made pickups with it. Man, were they strong. And come to find out, I started making more off the scrap metal that stuck to my car going to and from gigs than I was getting paid at the gig. strong magnets. Alright, that's a made up story, as if you couldn't tell. I just thought that, yep, if you made pickups out of telephone magnets, it would, everything you passed made out of metal would stick to the back of the car where the guitar is at. But really, I do miss being able to play in front of people. But I guess that's a bygone day. My speech is terrible. I can barely make a video where people can understand me now. Some days, clear. By the time I get set up for filming though, my tongue is thick and can't understand me too good. But, okay, now it's back up to 33. I got it set, I think, at 42 degrees. Looks like it's gonna hold pretty good without freezing. But it's not a bad price on the thing. I have to go back and check and see what I paid for it. Can't remember. I have my phone out here. I can look it up right quick. But the Setpower, I think the 20 quart is the perfect size. It's not very heavy. Weighs about, I think, about 23 pounds. Nice little outfit. And of course you can get it in several different colors, but I like this pale green here for the OD. Well, old and crackadated, and I'm still working on my guitar. My fingers are working a little bit better. If I could just remember my fretboard. I'm having to relearn the whole thing because I get lost on it. And my ability, when I started playing guitar, I picked it up, it was a natural. By the time I'd run up the neck one time, I had it memorized. So that's the reason I started playing with some rock bands and bluegrass just a few weeks after I started playing guitar. My mother was a banjo player and mandolin player. She played the mandolin and banjo in a group called the Alabama Cowgirls, and she was known as Tennessee Ruby. I've got to find that picture that I can show to you in her outfit. Oh, they had really fancy outfits they made. And they won a talent contest, and the winner, I forget where they did it, I think it was in Memphis. But the winner was offered the contract in the Western B movies in Hollywood, and they were offered that contract. But a couple of the girls had gotten married, and they didn't want to go to Hollywood. But my mother could have been a movie star before she ever thought about even getting married. But they played on a local radio station, WJOI, and the guy that owned that got a lot of people started in music and recording. His son was big in the recording industry. They must have shown all the different studios. But that's probably where I got my musical talent. she could sit down on the piano and play whatever she wanted to play. But she had sold her instruments, sold her mandolin and banjo, and didn't have anything around the house when I was growing up. My aunt still had her J45, I think, Gibson, and when I started playing guitar, she wasn't even interested in selling the thing. Well, one day she just decided to pull it out from under the bed and sold it to the guy for $65. And I told her, I said, why didn't you offer it to me? I would have given you that much or more. That thing's worth thousands of dollars now. But I would have loved to have had her guitar. That's what would have meant something. Once she played on the radio and all their shows they did at different places. Well, old and crackadated, and I'll try to get this little bit put together and try to put it out tomorrow.